Stop taking these vitamins after 60. They might be doing more harm than good. What if the vitamins you take every morning are actually making you weaker? Most seniors take supplements to feel better, but some of the most common ones may be silently harming their bodies. Let's uncover the truth. You wake up, shuffle to the kitchen, and pop your daily pills, thinking you're doing your body a favor. It could be a multivitamin, some extra calcium, or those small fish oil capsules. You've been doing it for years, maybe even decades. It is the smart and responsible thing to do. After all, you've heard it everywhere. Take your vitamins to stay healthy as you age. But what if those well-meaning habits were quietly draining your energy, upsetting your digestion, or even putting your heart at risk? It's not just a hypothetical. More and more studies are raising red flags about some of the most popular supplements taken by people over 60. And yet, millions still take them daily without a second thought. You're not alone, and the truth might surprise you. In this video, we delve into the hidden dangers associated with some of the most commonly taken vitamins after the age of 60. We uncover which ones to avoid, why they can backfire, and what you should do instead to actually support your health, not sabotage it. So please grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's rethink what's really inside that pill bottle. The vitamin habit after 60, how we got here. We didn't always live in a world where popping a pill was part of your breakfast routine. Go back just 100 years, and the idea of taking daily vitamin supplements was practically unheard of. People relied on whole foods, such as seasonal vegetables, fresh eggs, and whole grains, rather than capsules. Their nutrients came from meals, not medicine cabinets. So, how did we get here? In the early 20th century, scientists began to discover the existence of vitamins, those vital amines essential for preventing diseases like scurvy, rickets, and pellagra. The discoveries were groundbreaking and led to the rise of fortified foods. Bread got enriched with B vitamins. Milk was fortified with vitamin D soon. The idea that you could bottle health in a pill gained traction. Fast forward to the 1970s and 1980s, and vitamins had become an integral part of everyday life. Ads promised stronger bones, better skin, sharper minds. By the time you reach 60, you've likely heard a doctor or an advertisement say, "You should take a multivitamin just in case." And the message stuck. Studies show that more than 70% of adults over 60 take at least one dietary supplement every day. Many take several. But here is the catch. What was once seen as a helpful boost may no longer be necessary or even safe after a certain age. Your body changes. Nutrient absorption slows. Kidney and liver function evolve. What you needed at 30 might not serve you well at 60, 70, or 80, and piling on more vitamins just in case can actually backfire. Let's take a closer look. Multivitamins? Overhyped and overused? Multivitamins are often seen as the catch-all solution for better health. They're convenient, widely available, and promise to fill the nutritional gaps in your diet with just one pill. It's no wonder they're the most commonly used supplements among adults over 60. But here's the surprising truth. For many healthy seniors, multivitamins might be doing more harm than good. The myth of nutritional insurance. The idea behind a multivitamin is simple. Cover your bases. If you miss a few nutrients in your meals, your daily tablet will help you get back on track. But several large-scale studies have challenged this concept. In 2013, an editorial published in the journal Annals of Internal Medicine made headlines by stating, "Enough is enough. Stop wasting money on vitamin and mineral supplements." This bold claim came on the heels of 3 major studies showing that daily multivitamin use had no apparent benefit in preventing chronic disease, cognitive decline, or early death in healthy adults. Even more concerning, in some cases, taking high doses of specific vitamins has been linked to an increased risk of illness. The problem of overlapping nutrients, suppose you're eating a reasonably balanced diet. In that case, Many of the nutrients in a multivitamin may already be present in your meals. Add fortified foods like breakfast cereals, plant-based milks, and energy bars to the mix, and you're at risk of overdosing on specific nutrients without realizing it. Take vitamin A, for instance. While essential for vision and immune function, excess amounts, especially in the form of retinol, can be toxic. Seniors are particularly vulnerable because their bodies process vitamin A less efficiently. Over time, this can lead to liver damage or even bone thinning. Another common offender is iron. While necessary for preventing anemia, excessive iron intake can cause gastrointestinal distress and contribute to conditions like hemochromatosis, where iron accumulates in the body and damages organs. Most men and postmenopausal women no longer need iron supplementation unless they have a diagnosed deficiency. Interactions with medications. One of the most significant risks associated with multivitamins for seniors isn't the vitamins themselves, but rather how they interact with prescription medications. For example, vitamin K can interact with blood thinners, such as warfarin. Calcium and magnesium can reduce the absorption of certain thyroid medications and antibiotics. Vitamin E, in high doses, may increase the risk of bleeding when taken with anticoagulants. These interactions are rarely discussed on the supplement bottle, leaving many seniors unaware of the risks. False sense of security. The most significant concern associated with multivitamin use is the illusion of protection. When people believe their pill is covering their nutritional needs, they may become less attentive to their diet. However, no supplement can fully replace the complexity and bioavailability of nutrients found in whole foods. An orange doesn't just contain vitamin C. It also provides fiber, potassium, antioxidants, and plant compounds that work together in ways we don't fully understand. A vitamin C pill? It's just one piece of the puzzle. When multivitamins may be helpful, multivitamins can serve a purpose, especially in seniors who have diagnosed deficiencies, limited food variety due to appetite loss or mobility issues, certain digestive conditions that impair absorption. In such cases, a carefully selected multivitamin under the guidance of a healthcare provider can be an integral part of a targeted treatment plan. But for the average healthy adult over 60, the evidence is clear. Multivitamins are not a magic bullet. In fact, they may be a waste of money or worse, a risk hiding in plain sight. In the next chapter, we'll zoom in on one of the most commonly recommended supplements for seniors, calcium. It's supposed to protect your bones, but is it secretly harming your heart? Let's find out. Calcium supplements. Are they causing more harm than good? For decades, calcium supplements have been the go-to recommendation for seniors worried about bone health. Take your calcium to prevent osteoporosis, the advice goes. And many follow it without question. But new evidence suggests that this well-meaning habit might not be as safe as we once thought. The calcium-bone health connection. Calcium is a critical mineral for building and maintaining strong bones. Around 99% of the body's calcium is stored in bones and teeth. As we age, bone density naturally declines, particularly in postmenopausal women, which increases the risk of fractures. So yes, calcium matters. But here's where things get tricky. The body doesn't always absorb calcium from supplements the same way it does from food. And what it doesn't absorb, it needs to eliminate. The heart health risks several. Extensive studies have found a potential link between calcium supplements and increased risk of heart disease. Why? One theory is that excess calcium from supplements can accumulate in blood vessels rather than bones, leading to arterial calcification, a known risk factor for heart attacks. A 2016 study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that individuals who regularly took calcium supplements had a 22% higher risk of coronary artery calcification compared to those who obtained their calcium from food sources. Kidney stones and GI distress. Another risk associated with calcium supplements is their potential impact on the kidneys. When the body can't properly excrete the excess calcium, it may form kidney stones, small, painful mineral deposits that can block urine flow. High doses of calcium can also lead to constipation, bloating, and impaired absorption of other essential minerals, such as magnesium and zinc. Getting calcium from food instead. Experts now agree, when it comes to calcium, food is a safer and more effective source than pills. Excellent food sources of calcium include dairy products, leafy greens, sardines, and canned salmon, fortified tofu, or plant milks, almonds, and chia seeds. These sources not only provide calcium in a more absorbable form, but also contain other cofactors that help direct calcium to the bones, not the arteries. How much calcium do you really need? The recommended dietary allowance for adults over 50 is about 1,200 milligrams per day. However, that doesn't mean you need to reach that number solely with supplements. If you eat a balanced diet rich in calcium-containing foods, you may already be getting enough. When calcium supplements are still necessary, calcium supplements may still be helpful for seniors with very low dietary intake, individuals with diagnosed osteoporosis, people with lactose intolerance who avoid dairy, those on medications that deplete calcium levels. In these cases, the dosage and form of calcium matter. Calcium citrate is generally better tolerated and more readily absorbed than calcium carbonate, particularly in seniors with reduced stomach acid production. However, consulting with a doctor or a registered dietitian is key. The takeaway: calcium is essential, but more isn't always better. For seniors, the most effective strategy is to prioritize calcium-rich foods, ensure adequate vitamin D and magnesium levels, and consider supplements only when truly necessary. In the next chapter, we'll explore a vitamin that's often paired with calcium, but may carry its own set of risks. Vitamin D. Is this sunshine vitamin safe and effective? Let's find out. Vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin with a dark side. If calcium is the body's bricklayer, then vitamin D is the supervisor directing where those bricks should go. This essential nutrient helps the body absorb calcium. It plays a crucial role in maintaining bone health, supporting immune function, and enhancing muscle strength. And yet, vitamin D is not without controversy, especially in supplement form. Why seniors are told to take vitamin D? Vitamin D is naturally produced by the skin when exposed to sunlight. But as we age, the body becomes less efficient at making it. Add to that reduced outdoor activity, more time spent indoors, and the use of sunscreen or protective clothing, and it's easy to see why seniors are often told to supplement. Low vitamin D levels have been linked to weak bones and increased fracture risk, muscle weakness, increased risk of falls, impaired immune function, even cognitive decline and mood disorders. For these reasons, many doctors recommend vitamin D supplements, especially for people over 60. The problem with oversupplementation. But here's where things get tricky. Excessive vitamin D intake can lead to vitamin D toxicity, a condition characterized by elevated blood calcium levels. Symptoms can include nausea and vomiting, weakness and fatigue, frequent urination, confusion, kidney damage. This isn't just a theoretical risk. With more people self-dosing vitamin D in high amounts, cases of toxicity are on the rise, according to poison control centers. One of the major problems is that many vitamin D supplements come in high-potency doses, such as 2,000 IU, 5,000 IU, or higher, and people often take them without any testing or guidance. A 2017 study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that more than 18% of Americans were taking over 1,000 IU of vitamin D daily, with some exceeding the upper safe limit of 4,000 IU per day. The confusing evidence: while vitamin D deficiency is associated with numerous conditions, the benefits of supplementation are less clear-cut. For example, an extensive 2018 study known as the VITA-L trial, which followed over 25,000. People for more than 5 years found no significant reduction in cancer or cardiovascular events among those taking vitamin D supplements compared to a placebo. Similarly, while vitamin D has long been promoted as a means to prevent fractures, newer studies suggest it may not be as protective as once believed unless it is paired with calcium and in individuals with vitamin D deficiencies. The importance of testing first. One of the biggest mistakes people make with vitamin D is assuming they need it without testing. Blood tests measuring 25-hydroxyvitamin D levels can tell you whether you're deficient, sufficient, or possibly oversupplementing. The sweet spot? Most experts agree that levels between 30 and 50 ng per milliliter are optimal for this purpose. Instead of blindly supplementing, seniors should work with their doctor to check vitamin D levels at least once a year, tailor supplementation to actual needs. Reassess dosage based on seasonal changes and lifestyle. Safer, smarter sources of vitamin D in addition to supplements. Consider these natural sources. Sun exposure, 10 to 30 minutes several times a week. Fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines, egg yolks, fortified foods, milk, cereals, plant-based alternatives. Vitamin D is fat-soluble, meaning it's best absorbed with a meal containing healthy fats. The bottom line, vitamin D is vital, but excessive intake can be more harmful than beneficial. For seniors, the key is balance. Before jumping to supplements, test your levels. And always aim for a mix of sun, food, and informed guidance to keep your bones strong and your health on track. Next up, iron. Essential for energy, but dangerous in excess, especially after 60. Let's explore why more iron isn't always better. Iron. Why too much can be dangerous. After 60, iron is one of the most well-known and widely supplemented minerals. It's essential for producing hemoglobin, the protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen throughout your body. Without sufficient iron, fatigue sets in, concentration wanes, and the immune system becomes weakened. This is why iron deficiency anemia is taken seriously, especially in younger women. However, after the age of 60, the conversation changes. Iron needs drop after menopause. In women, iron needs drop significantly after menopause. The monthly loss of iron through menstruation stops, and as a result, the risk of iron deficiency anemia decreases. For men, the need for iron supplementation is already low. After age 60, it becomes even less necessary unless a deficiency is diagnosed. Despite this, many multivitamins and supplements still contain iron just in case. This can be a problem. The hidden danger. Iron overload, excessive iron in the body, can lead to a condition called hemochromatosis, a disorder in which iron accumulates in the organs. This can cause damage to the liver, heart, pancreas, and joints. It may even increase the risk of conditions like liver cirrhosis, diabetes, heart disease. Arthritis. Hemochromatosis can be genetic or acquired, and it often goes undetected until organ damage has begun. For older adults, especially those unknowingly taking iron supplements they don't need, the risk is real. Symptoms that can be missed. Iron overload doesn't always present with apparent symptoms initially. Fatigue, joint pain, and abdominal discomfort can easily be mistaken for aging or other chronic conditions. By the time liver function is affected or heart symptoms appear, the damage can be harder to reverse. That's why iron supplementation should never be a matter of guesswork. Testing iron levels. What to ask for. If you're over 60, it's wise to get your iron levels tested before taking supplements. Blood tests can include serum ferritin transferrin saturation, total iron binding capacity. Your doctor can interpret these together to determine if supplementation is needed. Where iron hides in supplements. Iron is often found in multivitamins labeled for women or energy support. It may also be in fortified cereals, drinks, and protein bars. Always check the label. If you're not iron deficient, and your doctor hasn't recommended it, look for iron-free supplements. When iron supplements are necessary, there are still some cases when iron is essential. Diagnosed with iron deficiency anemia, chronic blood loss after major surgery or injury, some digestive disorders that impair iron absorption. But in these cases, dosage should be tailored and monitored by a healthcare professional. Food sources are usually safer. Instead of supplements, most seniors can obtain sufficient iron from food sources, which are less likely to cause an overdose. Good sources include lean red meat, poultry, and fish, lentils and beans, spinach and other leafy greens, iron-fortified whole grains. Note: iron from plant sources is absorbed less efficiently than from animal sources, but combining it with vitamin C-rich foods can boost absorption. The bottom line: iron is essential, but too much of it, especially in supplement form, can quietly damage your organs and put your health at risk after age 60. If you haven't been tested, avoid self-prescribing. Iron isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. Coming up next, vitamin E. Often praised for its antioxidant powers, but is there more to the story? Let's take a closer look. Vitamin E? A hidden risk for seniors? Vitamin E has long been marketed as a powerful antioxidant. You'll see it in skincare products, anti-aging supplements, and even heart health formulas. It's often praised for protecting cells from oxidative stress and boosting immune function. Sounds like something every senior should take. But the truth about vitamin E is more complicated, and in some cases, more concerning than you might think. What vitamin E does in the body? Vitamin E is actually a group of 8 fat-soluble compounds, with alpha-tocopherol being the most biologically active form in humans. It works by neutralizing free radicals, those unstable molecules that can damage cells and accelerate aging and disease. Because of this, vitamin E has been studied for its role in preventing heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's disease, macular degeneration. However, not all studies have shown benefit. In fact, some studies have revealed unexpected risks associated with supplementing with high doses of vitamin E, particularly for older adults. The risks of high-dose vitamin E. One of the most alarming findings was reported in a 2005 large-scale review published in the Annals of Internal Medicine. Researchers analyzed data from 19 clinical trials and found that high-dose vitamin E supplementation was associated with an increased risk of all-cause mortality. Other studies have found links between excess vitamin E and increased risk of hemorrhagic stroke, interference with vitamin K, potential interactions with anticoagulant medications. These findings are especially relevant for seniors, who are more likely to take blood thinners and have underlying heart or circulation issues. Natural versus synthetic vitamin E. Another layer of complexity is the form of vitamin E being used. Natural vitamin E is labeled D-alpha-tocopherol, while the synthetic version is D-L-alpha-tocopherol. Some evidence suggests that the natural form is better absorbed and retained in the body. However, many low-cost supplements use the synthetic version, which may not provide the same benefits and could even be harmful in excess. Food sources are safer. The good news is that you don't need to rely on pills to get enough vitamin E. It's widely available in healthy whole foods, including nuts, seeds, spinach, and other leafy greens, avocados, plant oils. These sources provide vitamin E in safe, natural doses and often contain other beneficial nutrients, such as fiber, healthy fats, and antioxidants. When vitamin E supplements may be helpful, supplementation may still be helpful for people who have a diagnosed vitamin E deficiency, follow extremely low-fat diets, have certain genetic disorders that impair fat absorption, but even then, dosing should be monitored. The bottom line: vitamin E isn't inherently dangerous, but high doses in supplement form can pose risks for seniors, especially those with existing health conditions or on medication. Instead of reaching for a capsule, aim to get your vitamin E from food first. And if you do supplement, make sure it's part of a plan you've discussed with your doctor. Coming up next, fish oil. It's everywhere, and it's marketed as the ultimate heart and brain booster. But does the science back up the hype? Stay tuned. Fish oil. Does it really help your heart or hurt it? For years, fish oil has enjoyed superstar status in the world of supplements. Omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA, found in fish oil, have been linked to a range of benefits, including improved brain function, reduced inflammation, and enhanced heart health. You'll find it in capsule form at nearly every pharmacy, health food store, and online shop, often with labels promising better memory, a healthier heart, and even mood balance. For seniors, it's primarily marketed as a must-have supplement to prevent aging-related decline. However, recent research suggests that the benefits of fish oil may not be as clear-cut as previously thought. In some cases, it may even come with risks. The omega-3 hype. Omega-3 South are essential fats your body can't produce on its own. They play a role in reducing inflammation, supporting cell membrane health, aiding brain function, regulating blood pressure, and cholesterol. Many people don't get enough EPA out of DHA through diet alone, especially if they don't eat fish regularly. That's why supplements became so popular. Early studies were promising. But early observational studies suggested that populations with high fish intake, like the Inuit in Greenland or the Japanese, had lower rates of heart disease. This led researchers to explore the effects of fish oil supplements. Some trials conducted in the early 2000s demonstrated moderate cardiovascular benefits, including reduced triglyceride levels and a lower risk of heart events. Fish oil became a billion-dollar industry almost overnight. Newer studies raised doubts, however. More recent large-scale clinical trials have painted a more mixed picture. The VITAL study, involving over 25,000 participants, found that fish oil did not significantly reduce major cardiovascular events in the general population. The STRENGTH trial found that high-dose omega-3 supplements offered no benefit in preventing heart attacks or strokes and might slightly increase the risk of atrial fibrillation. The REDUCE-IT trial demonstrated benefits, but it utilized a specific, purified form of EPA, and participants were already at high risk for cardiovascular disease. Potential risks of fish oil. While fish oil is generally considered safe, high doses or long-term use may lead to blood thinning, increasing the risk of bruising or bleeding, gastrointestinal issues like diarrhea or nausea, a possible increase in atrial fibrillation in susceptible individuals, interaction with blood pressure or anticoagulant medications. This is particularly important for seniors already on medications for heart disease or hypertension. Quality matters. Not all fish oil supplements are created equal. Issues to watch out for include oxidation. Fish oil can spoil, especially if exposed to heat, light, or air. Rancid fish oil not only loses potency, but can also be harmful. Contaminants. Poor quality fish oil may contain mercury, PCBs, or other environmental toxins if not properly purified. Inaccurate labeling. Some products may contain less EPA, DHA than advertised. If you choose to take fish oil, look for brands that are third-party tested for purity and potency. Whole fish may be better. Instead of relying on supplements, consider incorporating fatty fish into your diet twice a week. Great options include salmon, mackerel, sardines, herring, anchovies. These not only provide omega-3 South in a natural form, but also include protein, vitamin D, and other nutrients. When fish oil might help, fish oil may still be helpful for people with very high triglycerides, those who rarely or never eat seafood, individuals with certain inflammatory or autoimmune conditions. But for the average healthy senior, it's worth weighing the actual benefits against the hype and risks. The bottom line, fish oil is not a cure-all. While omega 3 South are essential for health, swallowing a capsule isn't always the best or safest way to get them. Consult your doctor, eat fatty fish whenever possible, and exercise caution when considering over-the-counter claims. B-Vitamix, B vitamins. These energy-boosting nutrients are popular, but are they always safe or necessary? Let's find out. B vitamins. When they help and when they hurt, B vitamins are often referred to as energy vitamins. They are involved in everything from turning food into fuel to supporting brain function and red blood cell production. It's no surprise that many seniors turn to B-complex supplements to combat fatigue, memory loss, or even mood swings. But like many nutrients, the story isn't so simple. While B vitamins are essential, taking them in high doses or without clear need can cause more harm than good. Meet the B vitamin family. There are 8 B vitamins, and each plays a unique role in the body. B1 helps the body turn carbohydrates into energy. B2, important for metabolism and cellular function. B3, supports skin, nerves, and digestion. B5, necessary for making hormones and neurotransmitters. B6, helps brain development and immune function. B7, known for supporting hair and skin health. B9, crucial for cell division and DNA production. B12, essential for nerve function and red blood cell formation. B12, the star player for seniors. Of all the B vitamins, B12 receives the most attention in older adults, and for good reason. As we age, our ability to absorb B12 from food decreases due to reduced stomach acid and changes in digestion. A B12 deficiency can lead to fatigue and weakness, memory problems and confusion, numbness or tingling in the hands and feet, balance issues. Deficiency is widespread in people over 60, vegetarians, and those taking acid-blocking medications. When supplementation helps, B vitamin supplements can be helpful for seniors who have diagnosed deficiencies, suffer from anemia, experience nerve pain or neuropathy, have chronic fatigue or cognitive decline linked to low B levels, take medications that interfere with absorption. In these cases, targeted supplementation under medical supervision can be life-changing. But here's the catch. Many B-complex supplements come in very high doses that far exceed daily needs. For example, the recommended daily intake of B6 is just 1.5 to 2 milligrams, but some supplements contain 50 milligrams or more. High doses of B6 over time have been linked to nerve damage, causing numbness or loss of control in limbs. A study published in Neurology found that long-term use of B6 at high doses was associated with sensory neuropathy in older adults. Excess niacin can cause flushing, liver problems, and gastrointestinal upset. Folic acid, a double-edged sword. Folate and folic acid are often included in supplements. While necessary for cell health, excessive folic acid can mask B12 deficiency, delaying diagnosis and increasing the risk of irreversible nerve damage. That's why it's so important to test levels before starting high-dose supplements. Food first. As with most vitamins, food is a safer and more balanced source of B vitamins. Great options include eggs, leafy greens, whole grains, legumes, meat, poultry, and fish dairy products. When to be cautious, avoid high dose. B-complex supplements, unless you have a confirmed deficiency, are under medical guidance. Have symptoms of neuropathy or memory loss. Always check with a healthcare provider before adding B supplements to your routine, especially if you're on medications or have chronic conditions. The bottom line, B vitamins are vital for energy and brain function, but more isn't always better. Seniors should focus on getting B vitamins from food, monitor their levels with simple blood tests, and be cautious of megadose supplements that promise too much. Up next, we explore better alternatives to risky vitamins. What should you take instead to truly support healthy aging? Better alternatives. What should seniors focus on instead? After exploring the risks of common vitamin supplements, you might be wondering, if not those, then what? The good news is that there are far safer, more effective ways to support your health after 60, rather than relying on pills and powders. The most effective approach is to focus on foundational health habits and targeted nutrients supported by solid scientific evidence. Here are some of the best alternatives seniors should prioritize instead of potentially risky supplements. 1. Whole Foods First Food isn't just a delivery system for nutrients. It's a complex matrix of vitamins, minerals, fiber, antioxidants, enzymes, and phytonutrients that work together synergistically to provide a range of benefits. This synergy is something supplements can't replicate. Focus on a diet rich in leafy greens like kale, spinach, and collards, colorful vegetables like bell peppers, carrots, and squash berries and citrus fruits, nuts and seeds, fatty fish like salmon and sardines, whole grains and legumes. These foods not only provide more absorbable nutrients, but also protect against chronic diseases, such as heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline. 2. Get your nutrients checked. Before adding any supplement to your routine, consult your healthcare provider to have basic blood tests for nutrients run. These might include vitamin D levels, vitamin B12 levels, iron and ferritin levels, magnesium folate. This data provides a personalized view of what your body actually needs, rather than relying on guesswork or self-diagnosis. 3. Movement over pills. Regular physical activity is one of the most potent anti-aging tools available, and it doesn't come in a bottle. Exercise helps maintain muscle mass and bone density, reduce inflammation, improve circulation, enhance mood and cognitive function. Simple daily activities such as walking, swimming, light strength training, yoga, or gardening can yield significant benefits over time. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate activity each week. 4. Hydration, sleep, and stress management. No supplement can replace the foundational pillars of health. Water. Seniors often lose the sensation of thirst, which can lead to chronic dehydration. Aim for about 6 to 8 cups daily, more effective. Sleep. Prioritize 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night. Sleep is when your body repairs and regenerates. Chronic stress weakens the immune system, increases inflammation, and accelerates the aging process. Try meditation, breathing exercises, journaling, or time in nature. 5. Use supplements with caution, and purpose supplements can play a role when you have a diagnosed deficiency, you have a condition, or are taking a medication that impairs absorption. Your doctor recommends a specific dosage for a particular problem. The key is to take them as medicine, not as insurance. Safer supplement options that are often helpful for seniors under supervision include vitamin D, vitamin B12, magnesium probiotics, turmeric or curcumin. Choose high-quality brands, preferably those that have been third-party tested, and avoid taking megadoses unless directed to do so by a healthcare provider. 6. Embrace preventive healthcare. Don't underestimate the power of regular checkups. Catching problems early, such as high blood pressure, blood sugar issues, or nutrient deficiencies, can prevent long-term damage. Pair those appointments with lifestyle tracking. Keep a food and symptom journal, monitor energy, sleep, and digestion patterns. Discuss any over-the-counter supplements with your Dr. 7. Build a supportive environment. Lastly, surround yourself with people and systems that encourage healthy habits. Whether it's a walking group, a family member who cooks with you, or a healthcare provider you trust, community support makes all the difference. The bottom line, your health after 60 isn't determined by what's in your supplement cabinet. It's shaped by your daily habits, your mindset, and your ability to adapt. Instead of blindly trusting pills to fix what may not be broken, focus on what truly matters: real food, regular movement, rest, and self-awareness. Next up, final thoughts and key takeaways. Let's bring it all together. Final thoughts: rethinking supplements after 60. Let's face it, navigating health after the age of 60 can feel overwhelming. From TV commercials to magazine ads to well-meaning friends and influencers, you're constantly being told which pills to take, what miracle nutrient to add, and which essential supplement you're missing. It's easy to feel like your health is a fragile puzzle, and the only way to keep it together is with an ever-growing lineup of bottles on your shelf. But if there's one message we hope this video leaves you with, it's this: you don't need to fear getting older. You need to get smarter about how you support your body. What we've learned: multivitamins aren't always necessary and can even be risky in high doses. Calcium supplements may harm your heart if overused. Vitamin D is essential, but only if you're deficient. Iron can quietly accumulate and cause damage if not truly needed. Vitamin E isn't the antioxidant hero it was once thought to be. Fish oil isn't a guaranteed heart protector, and quality matters. B vitamins can help or harm, depending on your unique needs. We've also seen that food, movement, rest, and awareness are the proper foundation of your well-being. Supplements have a place, but only when used purposefully. What you can do today: schedule a checkup and discuss with your doctor the possibility of testing your nutrient levels. Review your supplement list and ask, why am I taking this? Do I need it? Start small by replacing just one supplement with a food-based source. Move your body daily, even if it's just a walk around the block. Listen to how your body feels. Energy, digestion, sleep, and mood are all clues. Aging is a gift. Every year beyond 60 is a chapter of wisdom, resilience, and clarity. The goal isn't to fight aging. It's to support your body in aging well. You deserve a plan that's personalized, practical, and built on truth, not trends. So the next time someone says, just take this supplement, it's good for you, you'll know how to pause, ask questions, and make the choice that's right for you. Here's to aging with confidence, clarity, and a solid foundation of knowledge. Until next time, take care of yourself from the inside out. You now know that some of the most common vitamins taken after 60, such as multivitamins, calcium, fish oil, iron, and even vitamin E, can quietly cause more harm than good when taken blindly. We exposed how oversupplementation, poor timing, and untested assumptions can backfire, affecting your heart, liver, nerves, and other vital organs. But more importantly, you've gained a clear path forward. You know which supplements to question, which ones to test, and which nutrients you can get safely from real food. You understand that personalized care is superior to one-size-fits-all advice. And you've discovered that movement, sleep, hydration, and whole foods are the true building blocks of lasting health after 60. You're not just guessing anymore. You're making informed choices. So instead of chasing health in pill bottles, you're now equipped to age with strength, confidence, and clarity. That's real value, and that's what your body deserves. Before you go, if this video helped you rethink your supplement routine, please hit the like button. It also helps others find this vital information. And don't forget to subscribe for more science-backed tips on aging well, staying strong, and living smarter after 60. Got questions about a supplement you're taking? Drop it in the comments. We read everyone and love helping you find real answers. Until next time, take care of yourself, one informed choice at a time.